Hello Year 7, time for your next podcast. This one on the maps topic that we did. Only did 3 lessons on maps. So ultimately on a map, as you can see in this picture, you get numbers and lines. Lines and numbers on a map tell us where we are. That is the whole point, okay? They can help us locate human and physical features on a map. So human things, for example, that are man-made, like a building or a house or a pub or a post office or a car park, and physical things for such as marshes and beaches and fields. We looked how to do grid references. The first golden rule that you will have to do in the end of year exam is you have to find the bottom left-hand corner of the square. Okay? Then, once you do that, you go along the corridor, along the bottom, and find the number that intersects with that, and then you go up the stairs and see the number that intersects going along the side. And this gives you 2 sets of numbers. That is a 4-figure grid reference. And in the class, we practiced this. And we then looked at 6-figure grid references too, where you do the same thing, but then this time you split the box into 10 mini squares and you go along and up as far as you need to go. And this gives you a more precise location. Doing a 4-figure grid reference gives you the nearest position of something to the nearest kilometer, whereas doing it 6 figures gives it to you to the nearest 100 meters. Okay? We then looked after maps, we looked at compass directions. We looked at north, east, south, and west, and you did the compass for your homework. So you need to know where north, east, south, and west are. You also need to know northeast and northwest, and then southeast and southwest, and which way round they go. So if you're going round a clock, NESW, never eat shredded wheat, or never eat soggy worms, anything like that, okay? And this is a way of using compass points because it's better to say that something is north of something or south of something rather than below it. And then we practiced using a real-life map in the lesson. So, ultimately, this is quite important, and we use maps in different ways. Maps can be used for getting to know somewhere or for finding out directions, but every map should have a certain amount of things. A title, so we know where it is, a border or frame around it, the arrow showing where north is, because not every map shows north at the top, a scale, so a scale can be used to show how much distance between 2 points there are. For example, I can see a map of the world on my whiteboard. The world is not the same size as my map on my board, so therefore you've had to scale it back, you've had to zoom out. So a scale showing you how far distance is, you need a ruler for this. So 1 centimeter might equal 1 kilometer, for example. And then you have a key full of map symbols. The reason you have a key with map symbols is so you know what the things are on a map without having to write the name of everything. Having a little a black circle with a little cross at the top is a church. That's easier than writing the word church next to every church. So ultimately, that is maps in a nutshell. Make sure you practice finding grid references, 4-figure and 6-figure. Make sure you know your compass points and make sure that you know how scale works. See you in for the next one.